We are now mere hours away from Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2 on Netflix. And this is going to be the epic conclusion to Season 4 with 2 episodes combined with We are now mere hours away from Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2 on Netflix. And this is going to be the epic conclusion to this season. 2 episodes with a combined runtime of 3 hours and 55 minutes. These 2 episodes are longer than the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series together, which is insane. It's only 2 episodes, but it's almost 4 hours long. So we know a lot is going down here, including some big deaths. And I wasn't really planning on doing another death predictions video, especially so close to the actual release of this season, but due to some new updates from the Duffer Brothers themselves confirming that there's going to be 5 major deaths in this finale, I figured let's give it one more go because this is some huge news. I mean, I've already been predicting that this is going to be like the Avengers Infinity War for Stranger Things, where we know Season 5 is going to be the final season, so I feel like Season 4, maybe our characters are going to lose. It's going to end with the Upside Down being the winners, they're going to be victorious, and Season 5 is where we're going to have to pick up the pieces after a bunch of deaths, after the Upside Down and Vecna winning. And yeah, that's kind of what I think is going to go down here. And like I said, the deaths. At least 5 major deaths. And we just got this update also from Noah Schnapp this morning, who of course plays Will Byers on the show. Just said happy Stranger Things finale. But you can see he's crying. Like, he is crying. Now, does this mean he's going to die? I doubt his character is going to die. But maybe he's just crying because, okay, this is going to be the last time I see some of my best friends on the show in new episodes. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of us tomorrow. Probably even more crying than this. It's going to be really depressing. There's going to be a lot of sadness going on here. But anyway, let's jump into this with, I'd say, a pretty obvious one with Enzo, aka Dimitri. Because, you know, he's been a great character, but I just feel like he's pretty expendable. You know, he's been teasing this whole time like, oh, my son, I got to get back to my son. But there's no way he's gonna get back to his son because we have a group over there in Russia. It's Hopper, Joyce, Enzo, and Murray. At least one of them's got to go. There's no way Hopper's going to go. He just went through so much this season. They already did the fake out with his death last season. Joyce, I guess, maybe, but I kind of doubt it because she's like a main character of the show, like main, it kind of needs to be there. So I feel like she's making it out. And Enzo just, the odds are just not in his favor. And same goes, unfortunately, for Murray. I feel like this is a character that everybody loves. Like, he's hilarious, but also super smart. So I feel like this, like, he's definitely a fan favorite. So seeing him die would definitely leave an impact and be super emotional for us fans. I mean, I don't want to see it happen, but I don't know if that those karate moves are going to be useful against the Demogorgon. Now, another likely one is Robin, because she's, you know, a new-ish character. We've been getting to know her more this season. She's been getting closer with Nancy, and that's great. She had a crush earlier, and maybe she's gonna make a big sacrifice. Maybe she's gonna die, and she never got to ask out that crush or something like that. I mean, actually, recently in an interview, Maya Hawke, who plays the character, she was asked, before the series ends, what do you want to do with your character? And she basically went on this whole thing about, okay, I want my character to make a big sacrifice and die at the hands of Vecna and all this stuff, and for all we know, maybe she was telling the truth and it actually happened. But Steve, protect Steve. This has been the big one that everybody has been theorizing about. None of us want it to happen because Steve is like the best character in the show. He's all our favorites. But even Netflix has been teasing it. Like, Netflix literally put up a billboard that says protect Steve. So are they teasing us with this to be like, oh, maybe Steve's gonna die, but no, he doesn't? Or is it like, he's going to die and we need to protect him? So we don't really know, because we remember at the end of Volume 1, he was bitten by all those Demobats. And, you know, Robin kept saying like, oh, you might start hallucinating and stuff, and you might get infected. And so far it didn't happen, but maybe it's just taking a while to kick in, and maybe he is going to die. Or maybe he is going to make a big heroic sacrifice, possibly to save Nancy, because they've been teasing that whole romance throughout the season that like, oh, they're getting back together. But then that'd ruin things with Jonathan, and nobody really likes Jonathan right now anyway. But still, I feel like them getting back together would be a little forced, and maybe they're just doing that season to make it even more emotional when he sacrifices himself, because then that's a big loss for everybody. But speaking of Nancy, I feel like she could bite the dust as well, because when we left off Volume 1, she was literally stuck in the Upside Down. She was corrupted under Vecna's spell. So, I mean, we saw that she makes it out of that, but still, I don't think things are really going to go well for her either, because just think about it. She is a character that is connected to everyone, so her death would be a huge loss for every character on the show, pretty much. And I think it actually propels some of her characters forward, specifically for her boyfriend with an S, because both of them, I mean, Steve, he could go on to finally move on and actually go find a different girl. Jonathan, I think her death would be great for him, because he's been kind of having a midlife crisis, basically, even though he's like only in his 20s, maybe late. No, actually, he's in his teens still. Okay, that's crazy. But anyway, like, her death could inspire him to work harder and, like, stop smoking and doing all that stuff and actually go to college and, go back to being good old Jonathan Byers that we actually know and love. And I feel like her death could be a really good inspiration for that. Eddie, man, I also love Eddie. He's another new character from the show, from this season, that I really fallen in love with and that I really didn't expect to. But they've done it before, and they're probably going to do it again, where they introduce the new character. We fall in love with them. They did it with Bob. They did it with Alexi in last season. They might do it with Eddie. They just make you love that character until they get killed off in the last episode or two. And it's super depressing, super sad, but again, could serve as motivation. I mean, he's been going through it this whole season. Everybody wants him dead anyway, so maybe he's going to die. Maybe he's going to make the heroic sacrifice. We did see that scene where he is in the trailer playing the guitar in the Upside Down. Maybe he's doing that as a heroic sacrifice to save somebody, with the music, to save somebody from Vecna. Maybe he's doing that to save Nancy, but maybe that leads to his death. We don't know for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. And finally, we got another interesting update from the Duffer Brothers today. So the Duffer Brothers say they can't wait for people to see Caleb McLaughlin in Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2, where he delivers one of the most moving, gut-wrenching performances in the history of the show. And this is a huge thing for me that really gets me concerned and honestly scared to watch these episodes tomorrow, because some people are saying, like, oh no, does this mean that he's going to die? And maybe he is. Maybe Lucas is going to die. I did predict that in my last predictions video. But I think that the reason Caleb gives such a huge performance is because he's going to be reacting to the death of Max. And man, that would just be so sad, especially because she almost died in episode 4, and she was kind of coming to terms with that. She wrote all those letters, so maybe after her death, like, everybody reads those letters, because then at that point they don't have a choice, because she can't talk to them. She'd be dead. And, she's really been kind of the heart of this season. Honestly, one of the main characters, especially going from being a new character in season 2, kind of not really being in the forefront at all until this season, and playing such a huge role. I feel like that would really bring things full circle. And, maybe she would get to, be with her brother post-death. I think that would be really sweet. But I just have a really bad feeling about this. I mean, honestly, I think she's my favorite character on the show, so I really don't want her to die, but I just have a really, really bad feeling about it. I feel like Max might not make it. Maybe running up that hill might not save her this time, and it's really unfortunate to say, because it's such a good song. I mean, it's such a powerful song, but is it that powerful? I don't know. But anyways, guys, again, we are hours away from the finale of Stranger Things Season 4. We got Volume 2 coming tomorrow, July 1st. 2 episodes, almost 4 hours long. It's going to be absolutely insane. Guys, let me know your final death predictions in the comments below. Who is going to bite the dust in this finale? Any predictions for Season 5? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I'll be doing a full spoiler review probably tomorrow or Saturday, so stay tuned for that as well. But for now, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the movie life.